How influenceable you are is going to determine how content you feel with yourself, how much self-esteem you have, and how much you feel you are able to make the right decision throughout your life, on the smallest things to the biggest things, right? And so what do I mean by influenceable? You know. I mean that the amount that some exterior force, whether it be a person or an article or a book, etc., the amount in which that exterior force can influence your own thought process or decision making or decision in general is going to correlate with how influenceable you are. And so, say you don't know exactly what career path to take, right? And you start asking other people what they would do in your situation, but every single person, you have to realize, has their own beliefs about what career to take and why. Some people take careers just based upon the promise of the security down that road, whereas some people take career paths because it's their dream and they don't want to live any other way. And so depending on who you ask is going to differ the kind of advice you're going to get. And then on top of that, it might not be in line with what you want to do at all and the way in which you would choose a career path. And so you need to realize when you're being influenced in order to step back, remove the influences, and then make your own decisions. And this is hard to do because as we are children, we pretty much depend on our parents, right? And we are very influenced by our parents, their behaviors, their rules, their decisions, and so often we have to ask for an answer. We have to ask for permission. We have to ask. We have to seek outside of ourselves in order to obtain what we want. And we bring this same logic and the same process with us into adulthood. And that's where you see the problem. Because after a certain age, it's not appropriate to keep asking other people for decisions, whether or not you can do something, whether or not you should do something. That inner advisor is, your inner advisor is the one who needs to be this guidance system now. But we aren't taught to strengthen this inner advisor of ours. And so we continue to seek everywhere else but from within ourselves. And the thing is, everybody has their own limitations. Everyone has their own beliefs. Everyone has their own ways in which they were brought up and taught how to make decisions. Everyone has their own realizations that when they get older, they too need to start making decisions for themselves, right? And so you can't count on someone or something exterior to make the right decision for you. That has to come from within. But again, throughout our childhood, we are taught that we need to seek outside of ourselves. We are never taught to tune into our intuition, and we are never taught to sit with ideas until the right answer comes to us or until we feel that we've found the right answer. And so we are very influenceable because we want the decision to be made for us. We want the right answer to be given to us. We want to be able to go to somebody, get the answer, and then act upon that. But that's not how you're going to live your own life. That's not how you're going to live your best life. That is not how you're going to live a fulfilled life. The only one who can make the right decision for you is you. And so sure, seek advice from others. Perhaps if you want to know if you should go into a certain field or not, ask somebody about that field that is in that field, or research it, yes, to help you make your own decision. But don't go to that person or that research site, whatever, for an answer. go for information so that you can come up with your own answer. Because again, the more you're seeking the answer outside of yourself, the more you are not learning to trust yourself, the more you are teaching yourself that your decision, your gut feeling is not to be trusted. And so much of it, again, comes from childhood. We are not taught to listen to our gut instinct. We are taught to listen to the rules or the adult in the situation or the scenario. And so we are not bringing intuition into our adult life. We are not bringing our gut feelings as valid into our adult life. We are not taught to tune in to what we feel is right. We are taught to seek what is right. But the faster and more and sooner and better that you can begin to cut out the influence, the sooner you're going to be able to live a life that is fully in alignment with what you want, with what you are seeking, and what will make you truly happy. And it's not easy to do this at first because of all of our past conditioning, because of our childhood. It is not easy to ask yourself a pretty big question, such as a career path choice, and then just sit and wait for your thoughts to conjure, and then kind of like pro and con it to the extent that you come up with an answer all on your own. And then even when you do that, it's not necessarily going to feel right at first. It's going to feel like you hadn't made a smart decision because you hadn't gone elsewhere to seek those answers. And so it's going to be a little challenging and uncomfortable at first, but the most uncomfortable things are what's going to bring us growth, right? So they say. But again, it's not going to be easy at first. And so start with the small things, like what you should eat for dinner. Instead of asking your partner or your roommate or your friend what they're going to have for dinner, just come up with your own dinner, okay? Don't ask anyone what you should eat or what they're going to eat. Don't allow their ideas to influence your own. So start small with things like that. Or if you are wondering what to wear to an event or a party or something, don't ask other people what they're going to wear. Ask yourself what you want to wear. So start small with those little things, and then work your way up to the bigger things like career paths and living situations and things like that. And soon it will be easy to not seek exterior validation or exterior answers for your own life's path and your own questions as to how and where and when and what and blah 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 to do with your own life. The sooner you can do this, tap into your intuition, only be guided by your inner guidance system, the sooner you can enhance that voice within yourself and then trust it and listen to it and then act upon what it says, the sooner you are going to feel more fulfilled, the sooner you are going to live with much less regret, because there'll be no what ifs. What if I had just listened to what I wanted? What if I had done it my way instead of what my mother said, etc.? Trust me, it's not easy at first, but it gets easier and it gets much more fulfilling. And I hope that you can tune into and enhance and trust and love your own inner guidance system. Thank you.